What's going on, everybody? The stream has begun. Welcome to Super Late at 368. I'm your host, Gabe Olivero, and with me is the venerable, the honorable, the amazing writer from The Verge, and the foremost expert on woolly Pokemon, Bijan Stevens, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, welcome.
Clap it up for the man.
Thank you, everybody. We were supposed to be doing this in a studio, and then the Rona hit. I feel a little weird about that, but welcome to my living room.
I mean, it's a beautiful living room. You got some nice, I think, cashmere blankets there. You know, some things.
I don't know what it is, but it is soft.
It's soft, comfortable.
But this is supposed to be a late night show, so I'm gonna crack a drink.
Oh, you go. Hit one for the people at home. Hey, what you got? What you drinking today?
Unbranded. It's an unbranded beer because we don't have any sponsors.
See, I'm gonna drink my my water in a bottle that I've recycled. Ocean spray cranberry. You know.
Disgusting. I'm glad you're being environmentally friendly, though.
Come on. Can't throw the plastic in the ocean. Bijan, how's been your COVID quarantine? How's it been so far?
It's been okay. I mean, I feel like I'm getting used to it. It's like, I don't know about you, but we're on week 4. It's month 1. If you were doing it right, if you were doing it wrong, just pretend like that's not the case from here on out. But I don't know. It's like, it feels okay. I'm getting used to the 4 walls of my apartment being my entire fucking reality.
You haven't gone insane, dude? Like, what have you done to not go insane?
No, I am going insane. No, that's sorry. That's a separate question. What you're asking is something totally different. Yeah, the tweets are coping. But no, I've been like cooking, which is fun. I've been playing a lot of games. I've been what else have I done? I've been streaming a lot, which is cool. And now I'm doing this. I have a podcast. I'm doing a lot of stuff, man.
You're a man of many talents, a renaissance man, if you will, right?
What are you doing? Are you just grinding in Valorant? Is that the...
I mean, I spent the last month 200 plus hours, or I think it was like 298 playing CS:GO to get ready for Valorant. Newsflash: I suck ass at Valorant, and it's terrible. I mean,
can we talk about why, or is it too early?
I mean, I just think that there's too much. Okay, so it's a difficult game because you have to manage abilities and there's a whole bunch of things going on at once. So you either have to be all aim and no brain, or all brain and no aim, and I'm neither one of those two. So I'm just not finding my spot in the game. And no, but the game is great. I mean, and we can both say that in this past week. I mean, we can like Valorant's changing like a lot. Like so pretty much video game Supreme drops. Would you?
Yeah.
Like the dudes was making what Twitch had peaked at what 1 million? Well, first of all,
no, nearly 2 million.
2 million for Valorant.
It was 1.1. I don't know about the drops, but last week is 1.7 million, which surpassed Fortnite. Like it was like bigger than Fortnite's all-time record.
Easy, even when they had the World Cup going on. I mean, the previous that Friday that just passed from last week when they first did the drops, they had over 981,000 people live watching. Not people who've even just phased out.
Yeah.
Watching all these streams going on just for one game. It wasn't even like, and then you had only several partners who were really doing the drops, and they were only giving out 25,000 codes. So people were just sitting there like, oh my God, I need to get a code, please, please, Riot.
Yeah, and it's still really weird. I was supposed to get a beta code. I did not get a beta code.
I got a beta code.
I know. I can't believe you got one and I didn't.
I don't even got a check mark.
Yeah. All right. Laugh it up. But yeah, I guess this is the first thing on our run of show. We have a run of show, folks.
Yeah. I mean, it's a doc on my phone. That's the run of show.
We're a late night crew.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's kind of incredible. I think this like the Valorant thing shows the success of like what drops on Twitch can do. Like, also like Riot did the right thing by building like the right kind of hype. They got all of the big FPS people aside from like Nick Merckx to come in and say they were going to play. And I guess everyone's nostalgic for CSGO anyway. So
yeah, I mean, it's that game that it's free to play. It gives you the same feel as CSGO, but also it has that appeal that Fortnite had, which separated from PUBG, was that it's kiddie, it's friendly, it's cartoony. You know, you like the animations, you like the characters. There's more story behind each individual thing. And, you know, it's a very simple game to watch as well as play, even though there is complexity to it.
Yeah.
When you get into it, just like how there's complexity to Overwatch. But from a viewership standpoint, like as an esport, which will eventually this is going to be an esport. It's not going to be an esport. You know, you can tune in and know what's going on. You know,
yeah. Well, sort of. I mean, I've been tuning in and not totally getting what's going on just because the powers aren't totally. Well, I mean, it's like I get when somebody clicks on somebody else's head. I understand that, but like the thing that is hard is like, okay, when do you use your power? Like the strategy, the meta game is what I'm talking about. We haven't. There's like with Overwatch, I think, at least within the esports world, there are enough people who know about what Overwatch is to sort of like get what they're trying to do. And Valorant is like kind of totally new. I guess the strats haven't worked out yet, especially because not a whole lot of people are playing it yet.
I mean, yeah, and then it's so funny because we talked about like they hit total, and I think the highest rating was 4 million actually, not 2 million, it's even double what you said, which broke all of Twitch's records entirely. I think it was the most streamed, like the most viewed thing in like in the span of a couple of days. And some of the partners who you think would get access to Valorant didn't get access to Valorant, like you said.
Like who? Like who? Nick Merckx? Yes.
Yeah.
He said something. He said something so funny the other day. I was watching a stream because it's fun. It's great. He's like I don't know. He's a big boy jock, which is somehow really good to watch on Twitch. But anyway, he was saying like his friend was like,
best
"Yo, man,
big
like,
boy jock impression. I want to.
absolutely
see it.
not. Absolutely,
Oh
it's show number one. We gotta get comfortable first.
Oh,
Look, I'm still in my living room. I'm talking to a camera, which is like it's fine, but there's nobody else in the room with me. I'm alone, bro.
But you don't feel the energy through the headset right
I'm
now.
I'm trying.
I'm putting my hand out right now. I'm reaching out to you, trying to touch you right here.
Also, Cypher says beta code got beta cucked.
Got.
Yeah. No, but anyway, Nick Merckx was like he was playing Fortnite with a friend, and his friend was like, "Yo, like give me a code." And he was like, "You think Riot is gonna give a controller player a code?" And then went on to talk about controller clout, which I think is so fucking funny. Like
controller clout is weak. It's not as strong as mouse
I feel
clout.
like we got to talk about if in some other future thing we got to talk about the differences between controller players and keyboard and mouse players, keyboard cowboys.
I mean, I can end the conversation right here. Keyboard and mouse players are literally better than controller players.
Yeah, no, of course. But why are we second-class citizens? I'm repping controllers now.
I mean, because when you think about it, it's like if you're like half a human when you're playing against me in a game. It's like that's just what it is. I point at you with one hand, you die. You have to do like a weird thing with your thumb and like track it for a while. True. Mind you, I grew up on console. So like I was always like, nah, I could beat anybody with a controller. And then I actually played with the mouse and keyboard, and I was like, oh, this is illegal. This isn't fair if we went against each other.
Why did you switch? Like what was it?
So PUBG. When PUBG, when I was watching all the videos of the Doc, of course, and Shroud playing PUBG, that got me to make a PC because I was like, oh my god, this 100-man battle royale, it's ridiculous. There's cars, there's guns, all these things. I want to play this game. It doesn't exist on console, so I had to build a PC. And
so you built a PC to play PUBG. That's the top line here.
Now disclaimer, I didn't build the PC.
Wait, I'm gonna change the stream title.
I went on Reddit, and there's like a forum that says build me my PC, and you give them a budget, what you wanted to do, and then they give you the whole part list, which Reddit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then you just order it. And then I just had my friend Kyle, I was like under the guise of like, yeah, man, you could teach me how to build the PC. I wasn't fucking building the PC. He came and he built it for me. I was like, yeah, okay. And then
would you say you could build a PC now if you had to? Gun to your head.
So I could get the power supply into the motherboard.
Yeah.
But basically,
all right.
That's the most important part. But I think like right now I'm looking at our main gears, and like when you see the PC from the outside and you see like what's actually inside and how it's laid out, it's not really that complicated. You just have to get familiar like where you plug things in. But I mean, this is crazy because like with Valorant doing this whole thing and it being like the biggest game of the year, the biggest game of 5 years. I mean, Riot is now in the game of making games, right? They only had their one game.
Yeah, of course.
And now they're gonna make over like 4 or 5 in this next year or two alone. That they're gonna own everything when it comes to gaming in terms of content, etc. People wanna, which is like what I want to get into is that you had Fortnite had all these pro players who were playing it, and the minute they got a Valorant code, you just saw this massive drop in Fortnite where the players left, the content creators left.
Yeah, but I mean, like that happened with Warzone too. Like Warzone broke a bunch of records too. It wasn't quite as big as Fortnite, but like, I don't know, it like revived Call of Duty. I think for like streamers and pro players. But it's not like they all went back. Like everyone was playing Fortnite again too. It's not like it's not one or the other. Like you can play as many games as you want, but like I don't know, like viewership on Twitch is like. Unlike this particular stream, it is like about the whales, right? It's like about like there are people.
Wait, can you explain to people what whales are?
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody in here knows, but like whales are the people who like. I guess I'm using this in like not the microtransaction sense, which is like a whale is a person who spends a lot of money on like a mobile game, to like just buy features, and like that's how most of those games make their money. On Twitch, I think it's like a person who has a huge following and can influence a ton of other like downstream streamers. Like if Shroud plays a game, a bunch of other people are going to start playing the game. Valorant is also new, and also people have been on Twitch long enough to know the dynamics of the site, where it's like you hop on the new game. If you're good, you'll build an audience, and like then you're like a content creator for life or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, the interesting part with that though is for me is I've heard a lot from different players that I've known and people who stream Fortnite all the time. And the reason why they continue to play Fortnite is because there's no other game in town with the viewership that will like the community and the viewership that will support being a full-time content creator for that game, as well as the company support. And people have been waiting a long time, to find something that can offer that same support and opportunity that Fortnite offers, but nothing has come out. I mean, Call of Duty is a good example. It's not the best example. Warzone came out, and now they're having like 200 to 300,000, concurrents in that section alone, usually daily until Valorant.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, but Valorant is like it's a game where you have that big company, Riot, who's also willing to super support the community, and people want to watch it, and then you don't have to fucking build. Like nobody likes buildings. Interview anybody. Like it's like if they could not build and just point and click, even the best builders don't want to build. So it's
true. It's true.
And then Fortnite has kind of been slacking in terms of releasing like innovative and exciting content to keep people around.
They've got less new stuff, which I think is fine. I mean, I don't know. The game I was playing today, they have a Quibi
You were playing
integration.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I was. It's how I keep in touch with my boys. What do you do to keep in touch with your boys?
I'm doing it
You
right
talk
now.
on the phone? All right.
Got him. But are you saying something else?
No. I was just saying, Fortnite is like it seems like they've gone for more like they're more interested in doing partnerships than they are, and like maintaining a mass audience than they are making a game that's like fun to play necessarily.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not that worried about it. I think. Oh, you want to riff?
No, I don't want to riff. I wanted to go off a point you said, like keeping up with the homies. It's interesting because interesting. Why I keep saying interesting. Like that's the most.
Yeah, interesting is not. It's a word that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't. Like literally, it's like literally. You say literally for everything. Like literally, literally in this and literally that.
It's an intensifier. That's what it is.
Yeah. So where now everybody's playing video games. Everybody's at home, and people are trying to stay in contact with their friends. You have options like Zoom, Google Voice, Hangouts, and Discord has been booming. Like I personally have been sitting in like some of my chats because they've increased the cap to like 50 to 100 people in one single Discord room.
Yeah.
And we've been watching movies, and like
Discord, over Go Live.
Yeah, over Go Live. So someone will go and share a screen, and then we'll all just sit there and we'll watch movies. And I always bring this up because I cannot allow it to be forgotten. You've heard this story 1,000 times.
Have I?
It goes back.
Tell me again.
Okay, I'll tell you again. It goes back to the point when Netflix first came out on Xbox Live, and you could sit inside a lobby that was like full of your Xbox avatars with your friends and watch a movie, and you only need one Netflix account.
You did say, yeah.
I bring that up all the time because that was peak gaming. So
it was okay. Xbox Live was peak gaming. I feel like.
Peak social gaming, I think.
Yeah. Actually, it was in. Did you read that? This is not totally off topic, but almost totally off topic. Did you read that Vice article about like the old ads for these services? Like it was all about being a dick online. They were all just like, yeah, you can crush your enemies.
Leave them.
And then like the second wave was like, oh no, be social with your friends, which was very funny because like 90s baby. Anyway, yeah, go on. Sorry.
No. I know you're good. So these companies, these platforms, etc., they've had to like roll out new features to kind of deal with this influx of user activity, and Discord is one of them. They just released a new feature, Bijan, that you mentioned earlier, if you want to go in and talk about it.
Oh yeah. I'm using it right now. It's they have a noise suppression thing that allows, like, it cuts out all the background noise via using AI or something. Seems cool. Oh, wow. But the bigger news, like I got this I was reading a press release today. The bigger news really, and this was on theverge.com, a website you should visit. But the bigger news really is like Discord has seen a ton of growth in like their voice chat. So like in Spain and France, it's up 50%. Italy has tripled or more. And in the US, like there's a 50% growth in daily voice users, which means everybody's like doing this stuff with their friends, like, trying to keep in touch with their boys. Everybody's inside. If you're not inside, you're a fucking loser. I don't know. I was trying to think of a good word, and the only word that came to mind was weeb, and I was like, they stay inside anyway. Like
you're fucking degenerate and stay inside. That's what you're supposed to say, all right?
Don't be a degen. Don't be a degen.
You got to hit him with the quarantine shame real quick. Stay the fuck inside. Don't go outside. Don't go in the streets.
Going full hikikomori mode, bro.
Hikikomori mode. Oh, the Japanese, the people who stay inside their homes. That was a crazy little YouTube doc they did on that group of people who like they literally never go outside. Like they've been prepping for quarantine for forever. They were like, oh, quarantine? This is gonna be a walk in the park. What do you mean? which is so with this these quarantine guidelines, and people are staying home now. They're not going outside. An interesting article came out recently, and I'm gonna say interesting again because it's interesting for interesting sake.
You got an article from me, bro?
I mean, I'm mean, I'm not gonna pull it up because I'm not gonna read because I don't read. I'm playing with
reading.
You. Now this news had dropped an article said what gamers will look like in 20 years. I don't have a link there in the show notes. So
I know.
I've seen. What I'm talking about. Did you see?
I saw that. I saw. Yeah, it's like
a concave skull, slouched, dark eyes, and they were basing this on the fact that, of course, when you're playing video games, there's a whole bunch of things. Your poor
gamer
posture,
stance. You gotta like get into the game.
Your face is like smacked into your monitor, all types of things. And I think the issue here is that people don't counteract they're not bad habits, but they can lead to bad outcomes. They don't counteract like what the effect would be on your body. So like one of them was like you're gonna develop Nintendo arthritis. Because like you're always using a Joy-Con, that's what they labeled it. Like just using your hand a lot in that type of repetitive motion.
No, it's a real thing. I mean, you see this a lot in like artists. I have a few artist friends who have like that sort of chronic tendonitis and carpal tunnel because it's like anything you do a lot that it requires fine movements. And a lot of
injury.
Like
And then there was the fact that people are going to get varicose veins because the way like the chair cuts off circulation in your legs and a whole like a very bleak future. But I think that right now, even though people are like, I think staying home and sitting down and laying down, doing nothing more than ever, people have taken this opportunity to like really try to dial in on their health because they know that now they can't like outrun it because they don't have these things to make them like leave their house, for example, right?
Yeah.
So they have to get creative.
Yeah. But also I think people realize it's sort of the apocalypse. It's very Last of Us out there.
Is it? I mean, I've been outside a couple times and like in my neighborhood, people are playing music. There's people in the street like a king just got anointed. Like they're celebrating in my area. Like Bushwick is popping right now, which is just like I'm like I'll be up. I'll be sleeping like around like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and there'll be like people playing music outside at 1 o'clock
in the PM. In the morning.
In the morning.
That's worse somehow. I don't know.
I mean, hey, what? I haven't been able to acclimate to the sleep schedule, and I think some people would be able to agree with me. It's like, it's like if you don't really have a real reason to wake up, you kind of don't wake up. It's just like, let me get in the blanket and just lay.
Bro, I have a job.
I mean, my job starts later in the day, so that's why it's like I don't wake up at like 8 or 9 a.m. and be a responsible human being. But outside of this, also, with this quarantine and COVID, we had a whole bunch of cancellations for events. E3 got canceled. Other PAXs got canceled. Oh, wow. Okay.
E3, come on.
I'm gonna do E3 online, man. Just do a video, do a Skype-in. I'm down to watch the Skype-in. It's just one person. This is what we're announcing, and just goes to that. Just cut to trailers. No one wants to hear the talks anyway. Just cut to the trailers. But on top of the fact that all those events got canceled, we had some changes in some major games.
Yep.
We'll save the big one for last, but of course one of them was Amazon's MMO New World that they were designing from Amazon Studios. That got delayed. People were really excited about it because this was
Iron Man VR also delayed.
We also had Final Fantasy 14. Their next major update got delayed because people simply can't work. And then surprisingly, Cyberpunk 2077 did not get a delay because I guess it was, I mean, when they had first announced their pushback to September, they said the game was already done. They were just doing like polishing and touch-ups. So for them, it was like, whatever. We can still work on the game and it's not going to be an issue.
But didn't they delay it anyway, like beforehand? It was pushed back, right?
So yeah, it was supposed to come out around now, I think in April or May. And then before that, like I think in January, they were like, hey, we're going to push it back. They released a press statement. They were just like, listen, the game is done. We can do the game. We can put it out right now, but there's certain areas you want to touch up on for the sake of polish. So you want to push it back so you can have the most complete experience when the day comes. And I'm fine giving this. It's great. It's reasonable, right?
Perfectly fine.
It's like I'd rather take a finished game than a broken game. What's up, No Man's Sky?
Wait. Stargaze Luna says Cyberpunk is the only game that doesn't get delayed by our world becoming more cyberpunk. Which is a very, very, very good point.
Hot, nice take.
We needed like a nice take button where we could like an overlay that goes nice take.
Or you get that Owen Wilson sound effect. Wow. You get the wow in there. But besides,
we could do it.
We can do it.
I'm just saying we could do it. We
got mods. We got mods. Mods. Do you know what to do? So besides the Cyberpunk not getting delayed, the big one beforehand was like I was trying to get Final Fantasy VII today, right? And I have a local game store, Video Games New York. Yeah. Shout out to Video Game Store. Love them.
They're great.
I called them and I was like, yo. Can I get a copy of? Because I'm a physical copy guy. I don't really like digital downloads. So I was like, can I get a physical copy? And they were like, well,
wait. Run that back. Why don't you like digital downloads?
Okay, so digital downloads for specific games, sure. Like I mean, like for general games, sure. But things like Final Fantasy, things that are like have a little bit more meaning. Like I want the physical copy. Like for example, Persona 5 Royal had like
You
this
just
this cool
you just
little
had it
seal.
right there.
Look
You
at
just
boom.
had it right
See?
there.
See, it's still in the wrapping. Like it's the collector's experience for it, right? Like stuff like Animal Crossing is like, whatever. The packaging is just you could download this. You don't need this. But the Final Fantasy one, I mean, it's Final Fantasy 7. So it's crazy because like besides like I'm sure like over the next couple weeks we'll probably hear more Blazer games because the people I mean I don't know how the discs are made, but these disc distributors are gonna have to be like, well, we can't make any Blu-rays because we have no one to work the factories.
Does anybody know how discs are made?
I mean,
no, definitely not.
and that was the reason why what was the other game? This was the reason why I believe, and we're getting into it, The Last of Us 2, as you said. You can go ahead and take this, Bijan.
No, I mean, I was just saying our world is very Last of Us right now. I replayed the beginning of that game, like the first one, recently, and it is like weirdly prescient. Like there's like this invisible sort of fungus thing affecting a bunch of people, and then it cuts to the world being all fucked up. And they had quarantines and lockdowns, and I was like, "Ooh, shouldn't be playing this right now." This one hurts.
They delayed their game. And
yes, The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, Last of Us 2 by Naughty Dog, they delayed it, and the reasons they listed were saying that they wouldn't be able to, I think, get the game out to everybody in a timely manner, and I think that has to come down to the distribution methods. It's like, okay, like
I mean, also it's probably like QA thing because it's hard to do like things like QA if you're not in the same place. QA. You know what I mean? Like quality assurance, like
quality
testing
assurance.
for all the bugs and stuff. Yeah,
I know QC, quality control.
Yeah,
same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy because there's some other games coming out this year. I don't have the list. This is gonna be a big year for gaming, right? Like we have the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One X coming out later on in the year, and the whole thing was like we're gonna have these launch titles available at launch, and everybody's gonna get to play these games, and everybody was looking towards the end of this year to be the big moment for gaming where it's just like, oh my God, we're going to see what the next generation is going to tell.
Yeah.
But now all that is just like, well, we don't know if this is coming out on launch day.
I mean, ironically, it is still a big moment for gaming, right? Like it's still huge. Like like gaming is actually more popular than ever. And I think, it's like ironic that it's because everyone has to stay inside. I don't know. I feel weird about it. I feel a little weird about it. I'm like,
feel about it?
I was looking forward to all these games and now I'm like actually kind of like happy to play the games that I have. I don't know. I'm feeling grateful for what I got, man.
Feeling grateful. So what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Control. I've been playing some Fortnite. What else have I been playing? I've been playing some Warzone too. I like
me to play Warzone with you.
It's really fun. I mean, the pacing of those games. If you liked PUBG, it's PUBG pacing, but like you don't immediately get booted back to the lobby if you die. Like it's actually really good. Like I'm sort of surprised by how good it is because I liked Call of Duty. Like the last Call of Duty I really liked was Modern Warfare, like the first Modern Warfare ever, number 4.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised. I don't know. I was like, huh. But yeah, I've been playing those. I got the Final Fantasy 7 remake, but I can't play it until I finish Control because my hard drive is tiny.
Oh, well, you got a terabyte?
Yeah. No, less than that. But I think so.
Oh my God.
But it's one of those things though. It's like I kind of like that too because it makes me like choose the games that I want to be playing right now.
If you just bought a disc, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
All right, I don't need this from you.
Oh yeah, you see that right there. If you just supported your local mom and pop shop, local business, instead of giving the money directly to the evil people, we'd be arguing. It's the concept.
The developers.
Yes. The publishers.
You're gonna stand by developers are evil. That's where you're gonna die on that hill.
That hill, by it, man. Listen, today games don't come out complete. We always have DLC expansions. For me to unlock all the characters in Tekken is like $200. Like it's. I'm not getting into. It's just like whatever. Let's go back to days where like you bought a game and everything you wanted was on that disc. You didn't need DLC. It was a complete game off the rip.
I do miss those games. Those days.
How excited are you for Final Fantasy 7? I mean, did you play the original release back in the day?
I did. I didn't play back in the day, but I did play it. I played a lot of it on PS3 because they put it out for that system. It was great. Yeah, it was great. I was like, holy shit, this game slaps. Doesn't make that much sense, but I get it. And also like the story of a bunch of eco-terrorists trying to like save the world really resonates with me.
Really? What about the eco-terrorists?
Because I mean, think about it. Climate change is happening, bro. Like it's real.
Destroying the planet, man. The Mako Energy and Shinra Corp.
That was a pretty decent Barrett. Like,
I grew up, man. Grew up watching this.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited. I played the demo and I was like, oh, I wasn't really expecting anything, but I was like, oh damn, like this
Yeah.
really like they fucking
Same.
nailed it.
Yeah. Same kind of feel.
Yeah.
I got that same thing. I mean, Final Fantasy VII was never really my favorite Final Fantasy. It was like it's in my top three or my top three. It's not my number one, and I always thought it was a little overrated just because of Cloud. I feel like Cloud is one of the worst protagonists ever. He's got no.
Cloud's his last name is Strife, dude. Come on, he's got
You
problems.
know what was cooler than that? Zach Fair, the guy he's trying to be.
Look, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not making any arguments as to like the coolness of his name. I'm just saying like Strife. It's right there. The struggle is right there in the name.
I mean, but it's just like I could never get behind him as a protagonist. And I remember I was thinking about this the other day, and it was because back in the day when we had, and I always say I'm saying back in the day a lot. It's like interesting. I'm repeating myself. They designed RPG characters and like characters like Link, for example, to have as minimal personality as possible, so you the player could lose yourself in the character. Right. And that was my issue with Cloud because he was just a board, and it was just like, okay, I can't get into this guy.
I mean, I think that's I mean, if you want to talk about theories of narrative and like theories of like embodiment in video games, that's one thing. But yeah, I think you're right. I think actually it like helps to write a very specific character because then you like everybody knows where they stand and what they're getting into, and like it makes you feel more like that character because the character is not you. Yeah. Like, and I think there's a separation there, but also it's like nice to feel like a hero. I don't know. There's a whole thing. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
I liked what 7 did because when I played the remake, the demo, when I got it, I put some headphones on, and I was sitting there, I was playing, and like the music started going, and I got some goosebumps on my skin. I'm like, oh my God. And then Cloud started talking, and they gave him, like, he's a freaking douchebag in this one. I'm just like, yes, be an asshole.
He's a freelancer. He's a freelancer, not a douchebag.
He's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with your first world problems right now. He's telling these guys these things all here and there.
Look, so Olivia points out, and I think this is a good point. He has more of a personality in Japanese, in part because you can literally fit more words and fewer characters in Japanese, and also the English translation was rushed. So it is maybe a product of us, not knowing Japanese. So maybe that's
we can see that with anime dubs all the time, where you're just like, why? Where did you like what? Like I watched My Hero Academia in English, and it is like killing my ears, and like whenever I watch it in sub, I'm like, oh my God, this is just like harmony right here.
Yeah, it's because the voices don't sound like children. But I watched I watched Whisper of the Heart last night. Which is a great Miyazaki film. Holy shit, from 1995. I loved it. He wrote the movie, so this guy Kondo directed it. Holy shit, man! We watched a dub, and it still fucked me up. I was like, oh my God! I had to I stayed up playing guitar. The Country Roads Take Me Home.
Country Roads.
Yep.
Take me home.
Yeah.
You sit up all night.
Yeah. Not all night, but a little while, playing that song on my guitar and like humming it to myself because it was a very affecting movie. A, and it was about that song. B, but C, I was like, damn, this dub is slapping. Like the voice acting was great. Like I don't know, the movie was great too, but like it's
just
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also don't. I'm like a subs person, subs over dubs. Although I understand the accessibility stuff, like regardless, right? Because it's like some people can't like read that fast and like it's hard. Like
it's not even that fast. It's just not.
But if you have dyslexia and stuff, it's like harder. It's like
okay, that's
you know what I mean. It's like that kind of stuff. So I get it, but I do prefer my subs.
I just like.
Why did we start talking about subs and dubs in anime?
That kind of. I mean, because
Japanese.
Olivia made the reference talking about like how the Japanese version of Cloud is different from the English version of Cloud, and how when we translate these things, sometimes we lose the characters because how the Japanese would like phrase something is not how we would phrase something. So we lose that a little bit. But moving on from talking about anime, because we can talk about anime for all day and all that. That's
for our spin-off show, Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Don't talk about it. Private. Secret. Don't talk about it. You put it out there. Someone got the name. It's over.
This is not an official broadcast. No one knows we're doing this.
It's true. Besides that, I mean, since esports and gaming in general has had to adapt and mold itself to what's going on, we're seeing, also conventional sports and conventional shows and everything are molding to the new live streaming time and era. The MLB they're organizing an event. I think it already started. You told me one of your friends watched it. They're having 30 players from, I guess, 30 teams, and they're playing. Each one of those players are playing over 29 games. And they're going through 3 weeks of programming where they're playing MLB The Show, and this is for charity. Several hundreds of thousands of dollars are going towards the Boys and Girls Club. But you said that your friend had an issue with watching it.
I was talking to my friend Cooper and my friend Amy, and they're like huge baseball heads. They fucking love baseball.
I didn't even know there was baseball heads left in the world.
Yeah, and they were just like, this is unwatchable. Like, they were
Really?
like, no. They watched it, but they were like, nah, this isn't it. I don't know. I think it's actually like a wider, more important point. I think it's like, like esports don't replace traditional sports. They do some of the same things, but they do them very differently. And I think like we're seeing the collision right now. Like Valorant can be its own thing, and it's not like the MLB, right? And that's an okay thing. We can have both of those things at the same time. But it is I still really want to watch basketball players playing themselves in like NBA 2K though.
I don't know why no one has done that yet. Like
I need to watch KD playing KD in a video game.
I think it'd also be funny if like the players would actually play as like their counterparts. Like KD plays LeBron, LeBron plays KD. It's a funny thing too. Like, man, you can't even do this in real life, LeBron. Boom, boom. It's just like a little bit of the back and forth that happens between two, which just points out. We're talking about athletes right now. Like athletes are going in on the streaming. I just had an interview.
Go on.
I just had an interview with Miguel Asado from Elgato Gaming, and we were talking about that earlier today. We were talking about how he's getting all this interest from athletes who are hitting him up to be like, how do I stream? How do I stream? How do I stream? And I think they've been the most aggressive group to get into streaming versus like maybe like movie artists, etc. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like I think you're right because like all of these athletes are young people who grew up with gaming. Like everybody in Gen Z, all of the Zoomers game. Also, like everyone else games too, but like but like it's like everybody games, and I think athletes who are bored like they're playing Fortnite in their fucking team rooms and stuff. And like it's interesting because the other thing that's happening concurrently as like sort of a result is streaming services are taking advantage of not taking advantage, but they're well positioned to get these people who have these massive audiences and grow their own audiences. So actually Caffeine is like, it's a very small streaming site, but it's bankrolled by Fox and Disney to the tune of like $100 million, like nine figures or something.
$1 million.
Yeah, infinite money. And they've been going hard on getting like young athletes, young musicians, etc. to like get on their platform because like they can, they have the infrastructure to stream, except like the problem is they like gave them studios and studio shows, and like that doesn't translate really. But it's interesting because you see like, I don't know, I was watching Thomas Middleditch build bridges on Twitch the other day, and I was like, this is tight.
Bridges on an Animal Crossing?
No. In this game called like Poly Bridges. You like build, like you engineer bridges.
Okay.
It was amazing. I was like, damn, this guy's never seen a bridge in his life, but this is working for me.
He's putting it together.
He was so bad at the game.
I wish somebody would make a simulator that we talk about that of when they built New York. I think that'd be a great simulator game, like building New York from scratch.
Oh yeah, SimCity.
Dude, I mean, technically you're right, but I mean, I want like the gritty, dirty New York where it's like you got rats around, you gotta like get these girders, and maybe you gotta risk getting like dysentery or something, or some sort of staph infection. What happened?
To quote Jesus Amiro, don't put me at risk. No, but
don't put me in.
No. Have you been to Second Life lately?
No, I have not got on Second Life.
There is a Brooklyn section. You should go. It's nostalgic.
There is like it's like old Brooklyn, like do
the
right thing type of Brooklyn.
Not quite, but it's sort of reminiscent of all that. But you can fly around and stuff. It's cool. No, but like the other people who are joining Twitch and such in like large numbers are musicians because they all their tours got canceled. They have no money, so they're like, oh fuck, we got to make money. So Twitch and like bands in town have partnered to make like give a lot of people affiliate status really quickly so they can start doing concerts and that kind of stuff. But like the funniest thing about all of that is like Twitch's terms of service explicitly prohibit DJing. Like you're not allowed to do it on the service because it's all copyrighted music. So like but it's interesting because I think my theory on this is the major labels, because like Twitch doesn't take anything down unless there's a real copyright claim. So my theory is the major labels are just waiting and seeing like how many people join this stuff and then how they can like make money off of it afterward, like when it's an entrenched part of the like touring schedule. So it's really interesting. It remains to be seen like what's going to happen, but yeah, athletes and musicians are really like they're flocking to these services because like one group is bored, the other group needs money, and who's not bored and who doesn't need money?
I think everybody's bored. They need money right now. That $1,200 check ain't doing it for them from the government.
It's not doing it for anybody. No one's gonna get that check. No one's getting that.
I mean, I know people who've been on the phone like 9 hours a day and dealing with it's crazy. To speak on the artist thing, it's like Party Next Door. They did their album debut. I think it was last week or the week before.
Oh yeah,
it was like live. Just dropped it out and did like the listening party for that. And I wonder if we're gonna have more artists like an Ariana Grande, a Billie Eilish, Drake. Well, Drake's on Caffeine. More of those big name artists unveil stuff.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there was a concert. There's gonna be a concert in Minecraft with like fucking American
Huh?
football. Yeah, American football. The emo band or one of them is like doing a concert in Minecraft
In
soon, which
Minecraft, so there's gonna be a
in
Minecraft
Minecraft.
server, and you're all gonna be standing around watching them
Mm-hmm.
with their Minecraft character.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty
Mm-hmm.
fire, bro.
It's pretty cool, right? Oh, actually, there's a really long history of this stuff too. It's really like they've been doing virtual concerts have been a thing since Second Life. Second Life was like the first place where it really started
Yeah,
happening, and like the early 2000s. I think it was like the first concert was this like it was like a Philharmonic orchestra
yeah.
that did it, which I thought was really interesting. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like everyone's bored, needs money. We all
I
need,
mean, Ready Player
and
One
we
should
all
happen right now, bro.
yeah. I don't know.
We need
I
that
don't know.
new. Come on, we need
I,
that world. We need that world right now. We can't even go outside. We gotta explore a world, like Skyrim VR. Let's go, like,
bro. I said download Second Life. What did I tell you?
Second Life. I'm not that.
Yo, did I tell you?
I think I saw like a bad meme like years ago before memes were memes, and I was like, I'm never downloading this game ever. This is just like bad.
Did I tell you, bro? I went to the club in Second Life.
You went to the club in Second Life.
Yeah, bro.
Let me guess, it made you hate the club even more than you already did, didn't it?
No, it was just different. It was not. It wasn't good.
Tell me about your experience. You're in this club, like. So
No, I walked in. I dropped a twerking animation on my dude, and then I left. Yeah, it was tight. It was great.
That's what she did in the club in Second Life.
Yeah. I sat there and I was like, yeah.
You just busted down,
Vibe.
just in the middle, you just vibing,
Just bust it right down. Yeah.
catching the vibration in your
Yep.
lower body, and just like, ooh, let me
Yep.
just like hit these angles.
Now
Oh my God.
I mean, look, it was not the same, but I get it.
What has been? Have you done anything like experimental right now with your gaming online? Like, have you like gone? Are you learning any new skills? Croqueting? Are you like? What's like? What are like? What,
Crocheting? I'm not
crocheting.
crocheting.
I say croqueting.
Can't play croquet inside, bro.
Like, are you doing anything new with this? The enormous amount of time you may or may not have.
I don't have that much time because I feel like between work and everything else, like my schedule has just shifted to being virtual, which is fine. I mean,
How does the writing go right now? Now that you opened up the second one.
yeah, there we go.
Because your main gig is you are a reporter. You are an
Yep.
actual reporter, not just some schmuck. So like, what are you doing? Like,
True.
now everything's online.
Well, I mean, my beat was entirely online anyway, so it's
Okay.
like it's not that different. I mean, it's interesting though. I mean, I feel like what I've been doing mostly is just streaming a lot. Like, and the interesting thing for me is like, it is like streaming is interesting because it is social. Like, it feels like a social activity. Like, and not to get too meta in front of the people we're streaming to, but like,
Yeah.
it feels like a real like social space in a way that I'm still figuring out how I feel about it. It's like it's really great. So like the other week, one of my viewers said, "Oh, like my prom was supposed to be today." So like me and my guests got like we like hit a stream intermission, got dressed up for prom. Like I wore a tie and a jacket, and then came back and we like had a party. So like we used Jukebox, which is a service where you can like you can send a playlist to everybody who's like in the same room.
Yeah.
And like everyone was just fucking vibing out, and it was great. I was like, wow. I woke up the next morning. I was like, damn, we drank a lot. And also, like, I was like, oh, I feel like I went to a party last night. This is wild. I swear to God. And I was like, it's the first time I've ever felt that way, like with the internet. Like I've never like had it like feel like it could replace an IRL interaction aside from that night.
You think it's just the energy about the whole thing where like this is now where you have to go to get that kind of fix, so it adds like that mysticism to it, where like you have to make it feel that way, like in your mind.
No, because that was the thing. It didn't even. Even if it had been like even if we had been able to go outside, it still felt like it would have still felt like a party. Like it was like uncanny waking up the next day and being like, oh my God, what the fuck, like, and like having the same sort of like, oh, like I went to a party feeling, oh, I like got all of my social energy out, like, oh, I did all of these things that I like go to parties for, because like I don't know why you go to parties, but I go to parties because like because I feel like I need to, in a way, like I need to get some stuff out or work through some stuff.
Just
social.
walk in and twerk, at a party.
Yeah, exactly. Just drop a twerk animation. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was interesting because like it wasn't forced at all. It just like happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the internet is sort of bad at the way it's set up is sort of bad at generating that kind of spontaneity. So I it's like important when it does happen. I don't, because you know what I mean? Like you have to schedule your Zoom hangouts, your video call. We scheduled this. Like this was scheduled.
This was planned in advance.
This was planned in advance.
2 weeks.
We'll be doing We'll be
Wait,
doing it again on Monday. Please tune in.
Oh yes, Monday. We literally wrote the run of show like an hour before the. Okay, this is what we're gonna talk about.
Okay, when have we not done that though?
I mean, I feel like that's when the best stuff is done. You gotta do it like on the spot. That's when the creative juices are flowing. When it's
you gotta do it live.
You gotta do it live. But it's so like with all these people going online and getting excited about streaming, etc. Twitch is seeing massive growth right now. I think Mixer, maybe Facebook Gaming, probably
Mixer's
not.
growing. No, Facebook gaming is growing a ton actually.
Really.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got any stats on that, or you're just like?
I got stats in my brain, but they're in the back of my brain. Let me see if I can think. They're up in hours. I think their hours watched almost doubled or something. Like they're also on trend for I mean, their numbers are smaller, obviously, but like
of course.
Everybody is up because like everybody's inside. The other thing is like the other side of this is not that everyone's just watching. It's like creators are doing more. Like if you're online, like, and it's actually interesting. I've been talking to a lot of creators, specifically Twitch streamers, but I've been talking to a lot of Twitch streamers about like how quarantine has affected their routines, and they've all been like, yeah, it's fucking weird, man, because like you could go outside before and like when they're not streaming they like have lives and do stuff, but it's interesting because I think they're feeling the pressure to entertain people because suddenly there's a lot more people even if they're not all subscribing, because like everyone's also out of work. Like the unemployment claims in the last 3 weeks is like 1/10 of the U.S. workforce.
Yeah, I think it was like 680,000 people. It was like some
in New York, New York alone. But across the country, it's like 16.2 million people trying to get jobs or trying to get unemployment insurance. And it's wild to me. I don't know. I think, and I do think like that sort of strain does trickle down because like whenever you're having a hard time and you're like, like you can open up Twitch and go to your favorite streamer and like feel a little better. And I think it's funny because they're feeling the pressures too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
what about you, man? Like, how have you been coping?
I mean, so the biggest issue for me with everything happening was losing the gym. I could deal with quarantine if there was a way for me to lift some barbells and put them down, just because I mean I love going to the gym. I love working out. I think it's just everybody should do it just because you can, because it's just great. So that's been the most annoying part because I'm like, there's only so many push-ups and pull-ups I can do before I'm just like, all right, like I'm trying to get Hugh Jackman, not Hugh Skinny Man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like not Hugh Thinman.
Not Hugh Thinman,
Hugh Thinman, I'm trying to be Henry Cavill in The Witcher, not Henry Cavill in Gladiator. Not Gladiator. What's that movie? Hercules? Was it Hercules? Which one was he in?
I do not remember. Also, that man is so huge.
Yeah, I know. It was so crazy because he was super skinny, and I forgot what movie. I think it was like a Greek gods or Persian. It was some god movie. He was just fighting. So that's been the biggest issue for me. Just like in terms of keeping, because I'm not an inside person too much. Like, yeah, I game. I think everybody games. I don't game as much as I used to, just because I've played through, and I think you can agree to this too. I've played through almost every type of story. Now it's just people just putting their own spin on it. Like,
I don't know about that.
I mean, when it comes to video games, it's like, what has been super unique? Like Last of Us was a great take on like the zombie apocalypse one.
It was incredible, yeah.
But like, there's been nothing in the last 5 years besides, I believe, The Witcher. And maybe Horizon Zero Dawn. I
feel like Control is a pretty unique entry into that. If that's how you're defining, I think that's like a unique entry into that canon, because like it basically takes. I mean, I was arguing with Frank Lance about this in a Twitch chat, but like it takes like the SCP, Secure Control Protect Protocol thing, and like makes it into a video game. It's like the X-Files, but a video game. It's interesting because I haven't seen that done quite as well, especially when melded with like third-person shooter gameplay. Like, I don't know. I thought that was like, the story is really good. The voice acting is really good. The gameplay is really good. I don't know. It's like, it felt like very singular, and the story is like driving the whole thing.
But like the thing, I think what I like to get at with these games is like, there's no, like when Halo 3 came out, like there was a certain energy. Everybody was just like, oh, it was like there was midnight releases. There was a whole thing. There was launch parties in people's houses. Mm-hmm. Like that same hysteria and craze I haven't seen since Valorant. But then there was no like actual like IRL component to it that people were just like, like hawking after the game. And I just feel like when I play a game, I don't get as excited anymore, because it's a $60 investment for just like, I don't know. Like, go ahead.
Look, so I sort of agree with you, but as Luna points out, she says, I feel like AAA games might be a little stale, but I feel like there's still lots of innovation with indie games, and I think that's actually absolutely true. Because indies have been tight the last 5-10 years, 5 to 8 years.
I guess it depends on the indie game too. Because, for example, what was that game I played? Was it Binding of Isaac? Binding of Isaac was really
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah.
I enjoyed Binding of Isaac, and I don't know if you would classify, and this is definitely not an indie game, but I mean, it technically was an indie game at this point. The Last Guardian. I would classify it as
Oh,
an
sure.
indie game just because of it, even though it was, Sony purchased, this whole thing and they backed them. I mean, the studio that was making the game, small studio, it took them like 20 years to make this goddamn game. And that was the one game in the last couple years, like I played it and like I was crying at the end because I was just like, oh my god, like this is happening in this game. And then since
Yeah.
then, I haven't played anything that's just like, oh my god, like this is like
So
makes me go freaking full recline. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. As Gourmande points out, I feel like you're just describing getting older, and I think that's actually part of it.
Which I agree to because I mean, like I was telling somebody the day we were having this conversation, and I was like, I think the opposite since like Millennial Group, we grew up with the games for the most part. Like I think that we had the golden gaming era because like a lot of the storytelling for games we got to experience firsthand. And now, like I feel like it's harder it's like with Hollywood. It's harder to come up with unique stories now. Dude,
I don't buy that.
20 years in the game, dude. 20 years in the game. What I don't know what people can make anymore.
I don't buy that at all. Yeah, because because like I mean, this is the other thing about like games and the medium itself. It's like it's just growing up now. Like we're finally like I think indie games are finally like doing the narrative stuff that other games can't really do. Like I don't know. Did you play Firewatch? Just to like give like a
for 15 minutes and I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
you should finish. You should finish that game because that story is incredible. Like it's literally like it's a real like it's a kind of narrative I've never seen before in video games, and I feel like there's a lot of games like that. They're all much smaller and they're not as focused on gameplay. So like the whole thing is like the whole visual novel thing. I guess is like where this is like that's the trope that sort of this plays into. Like people are like, oh yeah, it's just a visual novel, as though that's not like these things aren't like investments in pushing narratives forward in gaming generally. Like the people who make those things go on to like work on AAA games, which is why like Half-Life Alyx has the kind of story that it does. It's because the Campos Santo dudes who made Firewatch worked on that game. Yeah. They did the story for it because Valve bought them because that game was amazing. So like there is a through line here that comes from like you started an indie game and like at an indie studio and you sort of like move your way up to the majors. And like I think we'll start to see like much better stories like Red Dead Redemption 2. Fucking incredible story, man. I was like
favorite game.
I was like tearing up at the end. I was like, bruh.
When I made that statement, I totally forgot that Red Dead Redemption 2 came out like last year or 2 years ago.
Remember
2 years now?
Dude, remember the D'Angelo song? Right at the end, I was just like, bruh.
Red Dead Redemption 2 was like the best game I've played in a very long time.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, what I'm saying is like, I'm sure some of those writers worked on smaller titles before that we would recognize. And it's like one of those things where it's like, this is like, the talent starts like that. The talent pipeline starts in these indie games, which is why you should be playing. One of the reasons you should be playing indie games, but like it moves through the entire industry, and I think that's very important to acknowledge. So I disagree with the statement that like, like gaming is like games aren't interesting narratively anymore.
I mean, I'm not seeing a game right now that has come out before. Okay, so like when you had when you had Red Dead Redemption 2 come out. Right, it was a game that went past culture, and everybody was literally talking about that game. You had the memes about the girlfriends, about their boyfriends saying "good girl" stuff like that, or wearing cowboy hats and doing like weird stuff like that. Like games that affect culture in that way that it's like it goes beyond just the game.
I see what you're saying. I mean, I think that's the power of AAA games is like that they can affect culture because they have these huge advertising marketing budgets. But I mean, Chad is like actually popping off right now in like a very cool way.
I gotta open up.
But like,
chat. I can't change the monitor. If I change this, you disappear. I gotta get.
Yeah, don't do it. Gormonti was saying like Firewatch feels like a game for adults in a way that games rarely feel, which I agree with.
Okay.
But like also Luna's saying like Kentucky Route Zero, Celeste, and Greece or Gree rather. Like, did you play Kentucky Route Zero, bro?
No, I've played Celeste though.
You need to play Kentucky Route Zero. It is one of the best games I've ever played.
The name sounds along like a chicken joint.
It's just because of the narrative, because like the game is about debt and what it feels like to be in debt.
So you mean Animal Crossing?
No. This is like for adults.
This is for Animal Crossing is for adults, man. It's the new Just Chatting section on Twitch.
You know what I mean though? Like it's like, but it's like it's a game that like really takes it like describes the experience very seriously. It is set in this incredible magical realist world, and it's like it's one of the best games like that's ever been made. I think.
One more time, what's the name? Kentucky what?
Kentucky Route Zero. Maybe we
Kentucky
should do a
Route Zero.
spin-off show where it's me playing indie games with you, and I am like, "Hey man, this
Hell
game
no.
is great,"
Hell no.
and then you come back and tell me why.
I can. So wait, me watching you play the indie game.
No, we played together. We should
Play
do
it
it. We could
together?
do we could do a share play on PS4. We could just do
Oh
it.
hell no! Share play is so bad. Right now,
You can't come over, bro.
It's true. It's true. It's true. I can only reach out. So we're coming up. It's been about an hour. I think you maybe want to go eat some food. I want to go eat some food. But there's something we can talk about. What has been?
No, I already ate, bro.
What you had? What you had to eat?
Some Korean food, bro.
Some Korean food. What are we talking about? We talking about tofu bibimbap? Like what you had?
We got some beef galbi. We got
beef
some
galbi.
we got some what else was it?
What else was that?
Like a kimchi scallion pancake kind of thing.
Scallion pancake?
Yeah,
Hoisin
bro.
sauce on top? Like what's that?
No, soy sauce, bro.
Soy
Come on.
sauce? Oh damn, the disrespect to the hoisin.
I mean, I got hoisin sauce in the fridge, bro. But it's like it's too. You want the flavors to come through. You want it to be like thickened.
You see, all I got in the crib before we get into our last segment for the day. I got some chickpea pasta with a nice mushroom, tomato, basil sauce. With
Okay,
a nice
all right,
Beyond Meat Italian sausage that I'm gonna cut up and put in there. But anyway, so what has been the most exciting thing you've seen on Twitch in this past week?
It's a good question, and I have an answer. And the answer is, I found this guy's stream. His name is Mikey. He's a bike messenger he's a bike messenger in Manhattan, and he delivers food for Uber Eats. And it's like he streams himself biking.
He's
and
doing that right now during the quarantine.
Yeah, and it's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen because you can see Manhattan and how empty it is, and it's unbelievable. But it's exactly. But it's unbelievable to like just see that sort of like street level view of the city, and also like he's really compelling as a streamer because like he's very nice, very personable, very like cool. I don't know. He's just like a very earnest dude, like biking around because he likes biking, but also is like talking about why he loves New York. And it's like it feels like one of those things that like lets me feel like I can leave my house even if I'm not leaving my house. I don't know. I highly recommend it. I think he's great. I don't know. What about you?
I mean, before we get into mine, I think that's good. Oh, damn, I was gonna say. I just lost my thought. Fine, I'll just get into mine. That it was right there. So what I've been seeing, I mean, of course, you're supporting local small creators. These interesting people. You're more of a
I mean, he's bigger than
he's big.
He's
big,
got like 50,000 followers. He's partnered. He's like pulling
he's partnered Mike.
Yeah, no, he's pulling like he averages like 1,000 viewers.
Oh, damn,
like
that's good.
Yeah,
Matt, boom, you got it. That just woke it up in my head. All right, so that
1,000 viewers, folks.
That just So you were saying that you got this guy. He's interesting. He's creative, etc. He's got his own partner channel. People are not going to Twitch as we were talking about earlier. And I know you're super gung like ho about you should try streaming. Start on Twitch. Yeah. So like, what is your advice? Because you've been streaming like almost every day. Like you have a dedicated stream that happens at 9 p.m. usually.
Yeah. Because I don't go outside anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think everyone should try Twitch. This is my crusade because I think it is important.
His crusade.
I mean, I think it's a lot of fun.
This man.
No, don't ruin my Verge thing, please. But no, but it's important because I think it really is like it's fun, and I think people get a lot out of it. Like I think the people I've seen who I've encouraged to try it have really enjoyed doing it in a way that is like sort of hard to explain. I don't know, because like I don't know about you. Like I mean, you stream a little bit. Like I've seen you live. I've seen you live, bro.
Like.
So, but you're also playing games. You're playing games where you have to focus on the game, which is a little different.
Yeah. So I work as a host and pretty much as a personality in general when it comes to like cheddar and other things like that. And everybody's always like, "Oh, you should stream. You have a really good personality. You're high energy." Da da da. I'm like, yeah, but being a live streamer and having like this difference when I have to focus the energy, right? Like it's very easy to focus the energy, focus the character, focus the personality. But when you have to play a game and then try to do that, and then also the game you're playing is a game that like you're either good or you're not, and that is the make or break of whether or not, for example, someone comes into your stream and they want to watch you. Like if no one wants to watch somebody suck for an hour, like if you're good and you're pulling off some cool stuff, they'll watch you. But like if you're like just taking L's left and right, it's just like, all right, like what's going on here? Your personality has to be stellar to make that side of it work.
Yeah.
And I work really well when it comes to streaming when I have people to like play with and talk to. But even then, like I've been playing Valorant pretty much like every day since it's come out. And before that was CS:GO every day. Like when I play games, I'm not like people have to annotate. They have to like pretty much be like a voice from their own head, right? Like, oh, he's doing this. You have to do shoutcasting essentially for like, your game.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. Like I like to just be zip and just be like in the zone.
Yeah, I have seen that. But I mean, also like again, like playing CS:GO, you have to focus. You have to like playing Valorant, you have to focus. I get it. I mean, I don't know. I think streaming. It's also interesting because like what you described. Yes, it is true. If you do suck, people like maybe won't like watch you as much. But they're not finding you because,
of course,
like they'll find you from a clip that is tight.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not like or like from a raid. It's cool. Like it's not really like your gameplay actually doesn't have to be that good when you're looking to build an audience because an audience is only going to see like you in the little box on Twitch if they mouse over. You know, it's not like it has nothing to do with anything else.
But, I think it depends on the game though, because if you have a game like a game like Valorant or CS:GO, let me not say nobody because that's an absolute. The majority of people who are watching those games are watching it because they want to see high level gameplay, like to a certain extent. Not like a game like Animal Crossing where it's like you can just go and like that's a just chatting session. Like you just come in there to vibe and hang out.
Which is. Yeah, and I actually do think there's a happy medium.
Yeah.
And I think actually this is part of the reason I stream narrative games is because like or games like Control was really what I mean because it's like you can do cool stuff and it like you can do like interesting gameplay, but it is also like a set progression. There are bosses. Like it's not like it's like geared toward humans, and it's also easy to like interact around that kind of stuff. I don't know, but I mean, this is theories of streaming. This is a whole separate thing. Let's get back to like what did you see on Twitch this week?
Okay, so
what's cool, bro?
All right, let me tell you about the car facts. I'm gonna spit straight facts right now.
Into the microphone, please.
Okay, so this past week there's a really really unknown streamer. His name is Dr. Disrespect. Many people don't know about him. Dr. Disrespect. I watch a lot of the big partners because whenever I do watch content and I'm not a big consumer, it's usually either like high level tournaments because I love watching that aspect of gameplay, or I'll watch Doc, or I'll watch usually Shroud. I watch like people with
Shroud is good, yeah.
Shroud. Like I watch high level skill players, or Doc is just in my mind the best streamer.
He's such a good streamer.
He's so great, even though like he's pigeonholed himself with his personality, and there's like I want him to make like a separate persona so he can be more dynamic, or maybe he should have just guy streams where he's actually himself. And
he would never. I talked to him about it. He said he would never do. He said he would never do.
Was that in your article, or that was just you?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, like
no, but he was like, I'm not interested in doing that, and I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, but then again, granted, Doc is coming with some of the best catchphrases. I love him. Like, I'm at the tippy top of the mountain, but I feel like we're only halfway there. I'm in shit. Wait,
I'm in peak physical condition, and I'm not even in shape. Yeah,
like that's that. I'm like, oh, that's so great. But so the clip.
I saw him do that IRL, and I was like, huh.
This is that when I saw that in his Twitch announcement commercial, and I thought I never heard that one before. The being in peak condition,
dude,
and not being in shape.
I told you I was there, right? That's what I was doing. I was there for that.
For that? Oh my god.
Yes.
This guy is so cool. He's a writer. He gets to do all the cool things.
No. Doc is cool. Doc is cool as hell. He's he's a genuinely good dude. Also, I saw his real hair.
Oh, you did? The low cut, the military cut he kind of has with the.
Yeah. I was just like, whoa.
Oh wow. Weird. This is you, not Doc. This is Guy. So the clip he had this week, so we can wrap this up. He was playing Valorant, and sadly, I don't have if I change the angle here, we lose Bijan, so I can't really show the clip. Maybe in the next show once I figure it out. I have a very smooth brain. I'm gonna get a couple wrinkles in there, and we'll figure it out. So he does that, and I'll paint the picture for you. It's Doc. He's playing as a character. He's got an op, which is a sniper rifle, and he's literally killing the whole team. Pop, 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 and it's just butter. It's crisp. It's just like hitting every angle. And he gets to one point, he's like, I'm not even gonna look at him. And he turns his head. Guy pops up. He pops, and then everybody goes crazy. It's like, oh shit! And he gets up like, I'm not even gonna look at him. And I'm just like, that to me was the best part for me of this past week on Twitch, was seeing that.
Were you screaming in your chair? Were you just like,
ah! I mean, I laughed. I thought it was great. But it's just like, seeing stuff like that and having a personality that knows how to sell and act on those moments are always like key. And I think that's something people have to, if they want to be a streamer, and they, I think what the key to being a streamer is finding parts of your personality and figuring out how to like amplify them and like, you know, like what works best for you as an entertainer. Maybe, you know, you want to approach it a different way. And Doc does that really well, where he found this one aspect of who he is, which is this cocky, arrogant guy on the side, besides like him being, you know, guy and all that. And then he just took that to the max, and he just does it the best. I mean, it was great. But that was my clip for the week. Other clip for the week.
And maybe we can make our own clips right here, the two of us.
I will never play a game with you.
Okay.
I will never play a game with you.
All right, let's wrap this up, everybody.
You suck at every game you've ever played, and I've bodied you in Smash Bros. And you didn't take a single round. Okay,
that's true.
I want everybody to know who follows Bijan. This guy sucks at games. All right, that's it. So that's a wrap for.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna let him defend himself. I'm not even gonna let him defend himself. That's a wrap.
I got nothing to say.
Go ahead. Say you want to say something. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Nothing.
Exactly. That's it for Super Late at 368. Huh?
You know what? I'm not even. It's petty. We'll talk about it next time.
Say it. I want the petty. Give me all the smoke. Give me all the. I want all the pepper.
It's cool, bro. Oh my god.
It's
cool, bro.
All right, I'll do it.
Once you get your streams out, we'll talk. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Want to close here? You close it. You close out.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. This was Super Late at 368. Actually, but at home.
Home. He missed some very key details, so I'll do it again. Thank you, everybody. This is Super Late at 368. We are live on Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, we are.
Time.
We have a whole schedule, don't we?
Yes. You'll see us
Mondays
this coming
Fridays.
Monday. Maybe we'll have some, you know, new effects and ways to toss things. But thank you so much for giving us the time and enjoying it. You can go ahead and flame Bijan later, but you know, whatever.
Or just follow us. You can follow us.
Oh yeah, you can follow Bijan at Bijan Stevens, right? Or is it
Steven? Yeah. No S. It's like this right under our name. If you just look down.
Yeah, right there. You can
look down. Yeah.
And then you can follow 368 at 368 spelled out with numbers on all social platforms and etc. And I'm just Gabe Olivero. You don't want to follow me. I'm terrible at tweeting.
Why are you saying things like that? Come on, we gotta get your confidence up.
No,
bro.
it's funny because like I had a couple friends who like these two friends Dan were like, dude, you tweet so much, and I'm just like, yeah, man, I vomit out the mouth. But we'll catch you at the next one. Where the hell is? Wait, we even have a closing slide. You ready? You want to see the closing slide?
All right, next time.
Wait, where's it? Oh, wait. Oh, that's not the.
No, click
slide.
it.
No, I
click
can't. I can't even click it. Hold on. Where's it? Oh, I messed up. Wait. Oh, there you go. Hold up. We'll be right back. I think that's not even there. I think that's the wrong one.
This is funny.